for divorce, and he's currently touring with the According to TMZ, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are headed for divorce, and he's currently touring with the kids. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Joe had his people contact and consult with at least 2 LA area divorce lawyers, and he is on the cusp of filing divorce docs to end his marriage to Sophie. Our sources say the couple has had serious problems for at least 6 months. We're told over the last 3 months, Joe has been caring for the young 2 children pretty much all of the time, even as his band was touring. We're told Joe currently has both kids as the group plays around the US. On the surface, it seems there's been no outward signs of trouble. Joe and Sophie have attended events together. However, in recent weeks, Joe has been seen not wearing his ring. And they recently sold their Miami mansion. They bought that place just a year ago and sold it fairly quickly for a decent profit. TMZ said they reached out to both of their reps and haven't heard back, and I just hope this isn't true. Obviously, for the fact that they're married, they have kids, but I just really loved their energy. I felt like they were very suited for one another, and it would just be really sad if this were true.
Hello, everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. So, like you see, like Sophie was very young when she got married. When she got married to Joe, and I'm like, a lot of people are surprised that they are getting a divorce or they are split up right now, allegedly. And I'm like, see, it hits a different way when you start turning around. Let's say from 25, your brain, your frontal, you know, you start developing, mature at that point. You start thinking differently, you start seeing things differently, and your ambition and whatever you want might actually go in a different way. That is when you start maturing. By the time you hit 30, it's like your own person. Now, this news was very, I'm going to say surprising, like another news that I heard of another actor, I can't remember his name, getting divorced with his wife. And, they went to court and they signed a prenup. I can't remember his name, but I'm going to find him later. They signed a prenup saying that she would not, go to court for any of that. And at last, she was settled with, is it 100,000 a month? But she decided she needed more for child support and the way of living because of the children. I can't remember his name, but I'm going to do a topic about him later. And at the end of the day, the money that he gave her at the end was around 100. It decreased. So now, with this particular topic over here, I'm just going to say this. Sophie was very young when she got together with Joe. So, yes, if it's not now, it's going to be later. Now, I'm going to bring up this video over here of somebody actually narrating, giving her own thoughts, and then I'm going to come back.
Like Lost in the Sauce with Beyonce weekend going on in LA.
And by the way, what I had with Beyonce's Renaissance, it's been going great from what a lot of people have been talking about, saying it's been going great. She's reached, is it around 400 million or something, and still going up. So good luck to her.
I shouldn't be surprised. It's Labor Day weekend. They probably thought this will be like Lost in the Sauce with Beyonce weekend going on in LA, which is probably why it got leaked to TMZ. Because Sophie probably going to go to the concert. People be like, where's Joe? Literally, the way I found out was opening X and saw the words amid their separation. I'm like, wait. What you mean? What you mean they separating? And then the next tweet after that, Joe and Sophie heading for divorce. What the fuck? You know what's so funny? Everybody was hoping that Nick was going to get divorced from Priyanka.
Now, that particular topic over there, a lot of people were expecting it was going to be Nick and Priyanka. And I'm like, because a lot of people insinuate or think that because they're from different ethnicity and different culture that their marriage is not going to work. See, let me tell you something. Mostly marriage between someone that is older, a woman that is older and a man that is younger can last for a long time, and then it even gets better if the woman is from another ethnicity. That marriage is not going to dissolve, because let's not forget, They got married. He was into her, she was into him. They actually had time to form, and both of them were adults at that point before they got married. Priyanka, by the way, Priyanka and the husband. So they were already adults. They knew what they were going into. Nobody was like very, very young at that stage. A lot of people were expecting that Priyanka's marriage to one of the Jonas brothers, I can't remember his name, that was the marriage that was not gonna last. But I always say that is not the marriage that is not gonna last, because these are two people from different backgrounds. It's like this is an interracial marriage. You know what I mean? It is very hard for those kind of marriage to literally just fall apart for no reason. It's very, very difficult. So let's continue.
Ron Jonas. But anyway, sources, i.e., somebody on the team, probably Joe's, say that Joe has been in contact and consulting at least 2 LA divorce lawyers and is on the cusp of filing docs to end his marriage to Sophie. They said they've been having problems for at least 6 months, and over the last 3, Joe's been caring for their 2 daughters pretty much all the time, even with his band touring. This tidbit right here just tells me Joe's team is probably putting this out. Of course, they're saying no signs of trouble. They've been going to events together. However, Joe has not been seen with his wedding ring. And they just sold their house in Miami. I didn't even know they had a house in Miami. Now, when they got engaged, I had a little bit of a side eye considering the fact of the age difference. Because, listen, Sophie was 23, Joe was 30. Even looking at their ages now, he just had his 34th birthday. She's 27. We've seen this.
And a lot of people always out here, there are some people out here, loud mouths, talking about, oh, marry a woman that is younger. See, it's hard for those kind of marriages to last. One of the reasons why it might last is maybe the man is financially, independent, and he can take care of the household and all of that financially. But mostly nowadays, a lot of people prefer marrying somebody closer to their age, especially women. And this is the thing, when men are out here spreading this word that younger women like older men, I'm like, no, that doesn't correlate. A lot of younger women would prefer to just be with men their age, or men that are slightly maybe 1 or 2 years older than them, but not more. But this is the thing, they're like spreading the false narrative out there, thinking that younger women always go for older men. Like, no, especially if the younger woman is stable financially. No, a lot of there was a girl that made a TikTok video talking about what she wants from a man, and everybody was waiting for her to say her expectations, and she said, "I want to marry somebody my own age." And you should have seen that TikTok comment. They tore her to shreds. They were out there getting mad. Older men, by the way, getting mad at this young lady that was around the age of 20, just telling her, what do you mean that you want to marry somebody your age? Or you want somebody your age? They were just infuriated. They were angry in that comment section because somebody in her 20s said she didn't want somebody older. And this is not, it is natural for women to want somebody that is their age. But when many women are financially unstable, or they don't have that financial stability, they would definitely look for somebody that is older, that can provide. But if she's financially stable, she's gonna definitely look for another guy her age that is also financially stable. So young women are not out here looking for guys that are 30 something years older than them, 20 something years older than them, 13 years older than them. It's not like you're gonna get older before she does. And this is the thing, the looks are not gonna be there for you anymore. She's gonna feel some way.
Happened multiple times. Marrying somebody who is at a different phase of their life is not the best move. Yes, 7 years is not bad, but it's like, bro, a lot's happening fast. Okay. Plus, Sophie, she's like a year older than me. In your mid to late 20s, you're still trying to figure out life. Would not be surprised if we get an announcement probably on Tuesday, because Monday, everybody in LA going to Beyonce concert. Like I said, they probably going to have a full draft statement on Tuesday. He's on tour right now. I just was not expecting this morning. God damn. Y'all could have waited to drop this on Tuesday, or at least drop it on Thursday like all the other news.
That is the thing with the age. That's always the problem with age gap, like very large age gap, because many of the times it's not gonna work. If she married you for your money and she really doesn't care for you like that, it's not gonna work on a long term unless she really really does love you, unless you have real connection. Now I'm gonna go to this other video that she talked about. She explained and gave her own opinion about this particular topic, and I'm gonna give you guys my opinion as she goes.
Going to split now. Listen, if she wasn't going to split now, she would have split as soon as she turned 30. Y'all think we're playing when that frontal lobe develops. That is a very real thing. Also, someone mentioned how she jumped into marriage and
Yeah, that's another thing that a lot of guys do not understand. If you try to go and date or marry somebody that is around the age of 20, that frontal lobe have not developed yet. It has not developed. And when it does hit, when she's around 26, 28, she will start seeing you in a different eye. It will be another world for her. It will be, you will look at her and she would be another kind of person because it has developed now. She doesn't have that childish mindset anymore. That's a lot of things that a lot of people do not consider when going after younger women. Right now, she might see you like, oh, the shining knight and shining armor. But at the time she reached that 25 to 26, the frontal lobe develops. 30, like, yeah, she's gonna be seeing you in a different light because now she has gotten to the age that she actually understands, and she's gonna just look at you differently. So normally, that's why when people are out here, like I said before, say talking about I am going to get a woman that is around the age of 20 or 21, or if you reach the age of 25 and you are single, you've hit the wall. No, that is a lie. Because when a woman passes that 25, that frontal lobe develops, she's a whole not other person. It always comes down to that. She will start thinking differently from when she was there will be two different, you will look at it and it will be like two separate people, because the other one have actually matured and now understands. She now understands what she wants for herself. She now understands how society works. And maybe when you were married to her when she was 20, you were telling her what to do. Let me tell you guys this. You were telling her what to do, what you didn't like. You were like bossing her around or doing all of that, getting away with a lot of stuff. When she hit that age, when that frontal lobe develops, she's going to be another person. She's going to be looking at you sideways. If you say something, if you try to order her around, she's going to be looking at you sideways. Like, what are you talking about?
kids as soon as her show was over. I feel like that's a valid statement because she started the show when she was like, what, 13, 14? She was finally done with it at 23. As soon as the show was done, she went and married Joe. The next year, she had a kid. 2 years later, had another kid, like literally back to back. Now, granted, she could be mature for her age, but also rushing into so many life transitions at a small allotted time, that's a lot for one person. I can't even imagine processing all of that. Now, I'm not saying she does not love her babies. Listen, every woman goes through motherhood at a different phase. But I will say, I would not be surprised if she's feeling like, my God, I rushed into this too soon. And again, major age difference to take into account here.
And I'm going to say this, she's absolutely right for that, because see, it's not always going to be lovey-dovey, especially when she was young. Because when she was young, she was still experiencing, enjoying around the age. I'm not meaning that she's old now. I mean, that age of 20s, just coming into adulthood. She's just enjoying, exploring, trying to get things that she doesn't really understand yet. And then, maturity hits. And then she now understands. She's going to be looking back and thinking about, oh my God, I could have done this, I could have done this, oh my God, and start thinking, centering herself more, and taking more mature steps, thinking about every movement that you make as a man. If you marry somebody that was very young, around the age of 20, every move that you make when that person turns 26, 25 upwards, it's gonna be a different situation, because she's gonna be looking at you in a different light. And that marriage might last if she really loves you, but I'm not saying that they were not in love with each other. Yes, you're gonna be in love with each other. At the same time, when she fully matures, she is gonna, start looking at you. Any wrong step that you make, any step that you make, she's gonna be looking at you, ticking, writing down the red flags. That's the thing that people don't tell these men that are out here talking about go get your 20-year-old wife. It's not fun. I've seen someone that was very young, when I myself was very young, by the way, that literally was in this relationship with this guy, that was way older than her. He was around, like, let's say 29 years older than her. And she married this guy. And it was fun. A lot of people were like, oh, you shouldn't marry him. You should take your time. And she was like, I love this man. I love him. And when she turned 25, 26, she started having a problem with everything that he did. It's not that she didn't love him at first. It's just that things have just started changing in her eyes. She's starting to actually understand. So if he says something, she stands up. She's like, no, I cannot deal with this. Before we all knew it, she already got a divorce, and she was like, I'm moving on with my life. And it's not the first time this has happened. She's like, I'm moving on with my life. I want somebody young. I want somebody my age. And this was somebody that was already married with a kid. You get me? She moved out of the apartment, left the man, and just went about her day. So this is not a surprise. This is not a surprise. So that's why when I hear people saying women at the age of 30 hit the wall, I'm just sitting down and laughing, literally laughing. Because it's better you get a woman in her 30s that fully understands everything and fully understands her stand and chose you than choose somebody that is at the age of 20. Because when that person reach the age of 25 to 26 and going upwards, yeah, they're gonna definitely start seeing you in another light, and they're gonna start thinking that you took advantage of them. And worst of all, they're gonna start thinking that you exploited them, or that you just picked them for yourself to feel happy, but they inside might start feeling resentment towards you. They're gonna feel like they've been exploited, and all of that. They're gonna feel like they wasted. Let me say this again. They're gonna feel like they wasted their youth on you. They're gonna turn back and be like, I could have been with this other person or that person, and I wasted my youth with this man over here. It's just what it is.
A lot of time. That's a lot for one person. I can't even imagine.
So I'm gonna say this. Thank you all for being here once more. This video was not supposed to be this long, but don't forget to leave your commentary and let me know what you think about this particular video. And I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.